why I got a facelift so young. So last year I traveled to Korea and I got bone shaving. Basically when they shave down your bone and your face kind of has like a smaller like beeline shape. I had a lot of loose skin like on my like nasal folds and on my neck. I only got a mid facelift. They only lifted this part of my face, it wasn't a complete facelift.
So she's 24. She looks a beautiful young woman, 24. Maybe she didn't need anything in the first place. She didn't get a facelift. She went to Korea and got a bone shaving to enhance her jawline, which is not a very popular procedure here for good reasons. It's not really very useful for most people, and it's probably most likely unnecessary and less in extreme circumstances. Now, if your skin is now loose in your jaw, but then you go to Turkey to get a mid facelift, those are two different areas. So I'm just confused by her. Sounds like she got a couple procedures that maybe she didn't need, and then definitely the second one, she went to Turkey and got a procedure to address a complication of the other procedure, but it's in a different part of her face. Let me know in the comments, do we ever need to do a facelift on someone who's in their 20s?
Would you?
I would never do a facelift on someone in their 20s unless they had a lot of weight loss and there was an excessive amount of skin, and that's a very few and far between people.
A lot of you guys wanted to know why I got a facelift so young, so I'm going to explain to you guys the backstory.
This is a mess. It's terrible. This poor young girl got a facelift at the age of 24, and that is one of like 6 facial plastic surgery procedures she's had done. She had a chin implant placed and then taken out because she didn't like it. She had her bones shaved down in Korea trying to find some new facial shape, but that left her with skin laxity, so she got a facelift in Turkey to try to correct the problems from the bone shaving. She got a brow lift, trying to look more like Bella Hadid, and truthfully, the culmination of all of these procedures only makes her look older and worse than she did before. Truthfully, she was a beautiful girl, and she is trying to seek some validation or fill some void in her life through plastic surgery, and it will not work. All of these changes, guys, are irreversible, and I beg of you, when you're 20, 24 years old, please consider how you're going to age. The changes you make to yourself at 20 will be with you for the rest of your life, and they are often very difficult to reverse or correct.
When I say it's the phones, this is what I mean, because why did this girl get a facelift at only 24 years old? I know a scalpel hates to see her coming because she has gotten multiple cosmetic procedures done in her early 20s. I guess she did not want to wait for her grown woman face and body to come in. As you can see here, she got a brow lift, and it was done in Turkey, the same place where she got her facelift. The reason why she got a facelift was to tighten up some loose skin that she had left over from a face shaping procedure she had done in Korea. She said that she had some loose skin on her neck and in her nasal cavity. However, she only got a mid facelift, not a full one. She liked how they did them in Turkey, so they only tightened this area back up, and she has to go somewhere else to get her neck addressed. When she said she got the bone shaving in Korea, I'm assuming it was face contouring, which is when they narrow the shape of your face and soften angular lines through reductions in hard tissue. Small pieces of bone are removed or shaved down to decrease the width of the cheekbones, chin, and jaw. And obviously, people do it for aesthetic reasons, to slim down their face or give them a more like angular, sharper jawline. This girl also got a lip lift in Mexico, and at one point she did have a chin implant. This was her face before she got the brow lift, the facelift, and the bone shaving, and I think she looks perfect here. I just don't see where all of that extra stuff was needed. And no shade to her, because it's her money and her life, but you really got to be careful about those cosmetic procedures because they can be addictive. And at some point, you have to know when to stop, because these doctors ain't gonna tell you. They're just gonna keep cashing that check, taking advantage of your insecurities, while you keep changing things on the outside that may not need to be changed. And don't get me wrong, I am pro surgery. I'm pro get the hairline transplant. I'm pro take the Ozempic, lose weight, gain weight, go to the gym, build the muscle, do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel confident about yourself, because your appearance is important. Just be mindful of the body modifications that you do, because you might be trading out one insecurity just to get another one.
You guys want to know why I got a facelift so young? So I'm going to explain to you guys the backstory.
Because of social media, we see a lot more things like this, right? She's 24 years old and got a facelift. To give you the short version of the story, she went to Korea and got a V-line procedure. This is basically a way of shaving the bone to get that much more cute, very doll-like type of facial structure and features. And she said that she liked it, she's super happy with it, and then her tissue started to sag around it, because remember, the bone is our structure that supports all the soft tissues. So she had some sagging, she wasn't super happy about that. So then she decided to go to Turkey, which is another very popular out-of-country cosmetic experience place for a lot of people, and she ended up getting a facelift to lift her sagging tissue along with a brow lift. And she said that that wasn't a result of her V-line, which I would agree, that wouldn't make sense, but she wanted that look anyways. So this brings up a lot of topics of thought, is what age is too young to do so many procedures and so many interventions? I don't have a great answer for that, because, you know, at some point it's what do you want aesthetically, right? So are you supposed to wait till a certain age to decide you don't want something aesthetically when you're an adult? I personally feel like this was just way too much for this young woman, and I think that it is going to age her prematurely, having so many things done and changing her bone structure so much. There has to be some sort of a line with aesthetics. That line is a combination of who's treating you and then what your goals are, right? So I would never recommend all of this on somebody so young, and I'm really curious what her motivations are with this. What are your thoughts? Do you think that this makes sense? Yeah, sign me up. Or you feel like this is just too much and that we do have to actually take a little more time to think about the mental health of patients who are undergoing such extreme procedures?
I like the way that they do mid facelift. So I only got a mid facelift. They only lifted this part of my face, but I feel like the neck can be addressed anywhere. I feel like it's an easy procedure to get done, but when you're looking at like your eyes and your like top of your face, you really want to make sure that you go to someone that does a style that you like.
At 24, yes, you heard it, at 24, who went all the way to Turkey to get a facelift. This is getting out of control. Sometimes if it's trauma related or there are issues that you do need it, maybe you do some reconstructive for it. But for just pure aesthetic purposes, 24, everything is in place. You don't need to look like someone else. Usually facelift reserved for patients that have jowls, have sagging neck, or excess skin from weight loss, and somewhere in the late 40s or 50s and get jowls. It's good for the jowls, for drooping up the mid-face, yes, it will help, but even in the 30s, unless there are extraneous circumstances where there's trauma involved or there's some major reconstruction, I don't recommend it. This is not the right place, the right patient to do a facelift, mid-facelift, brow lift. Everything has age-appropriate decision-making.
The 24-year-old young lady that just got a facelift, she got me conflicted. I remember I was conflicted, right? Because on one hand, I'm like, no, baby, you ain't got to do all that now. But then on the other hand, I'm like, shit, if that's what you want to do, go on and do it. That's what free will is for. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop saying that people who go get plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery, that they don't love themselves. That's just not true, bro. Because I love me. But if not for my old lady rubbing this bald head at night and being adamant that she love it, I'd have been got my hairline put back on. I'd have been got me a new frontal closure, a new closure. You know what I'm saying? But also, sometimes folks be needing a little alteration. I remember I had a coworker. She was telling me about how she got a nose job when she was younger. I was like, oh, okay, it looks good or whatever. She said, you want to see the before? She showed me that before picture with a hook on that motherfucker. I said, I understand. So, I mean, hey, just let folks do what they want to do, bro. At the end of the day, it don't affect you.
We listen and we judge. Have you guys seen that girl, that 24-year-old girl who got like this part of her face like facelifted? Like she got fully a facelift at 24 years old. And basically she said the reason that she got it was that her like nasal labial folds were like really pronounced. Don't get me wrong, I'm insecure about that. Like they're there, but you're not going to catch me getting a fucking facelift at 31 years old, let alone 24. And then if you go look at her other videos, like, it's not that she doesn't have them, it's that they're obviously more pronounced because of fucking filler. And there is not a 24-year-old on this planet who should be getting filler. Botox is preventative, filler is corrective. There's nothing to correct at 24 unless you've had like an injury of some sort. Like, please, for the love of God, can we not normalize surgeries like that so fucking early? And I'm not anti-cosmetic procedures by any means. I've had Botox done, I've had a little bit of under eye filler, and I've had filler in my top lip because the bottom one's so fucking fat that I was like, let's try to match it. Didn't work. Either way, a surgery like that, or getting so much filler that early, like, that's body dysmorphia, babe. Like, get a therapist, not a surgeon.
In order to age gracefully, you got to be comfortable with yourself aging. I heard about this young woman the other day who got a facelift at the young age of 24. 24, you see Kylie Jenner face falling apart like old mashed potatoes. You got to let yourself just be your age. And these young men going to Turkey for new hairlines. This is the hairline of a man. Okay, down here was like, I don't date single mothers. Up here is like two-step kids isn't even a lot. Okay, because I don't respect old people with the full head of hair and afros. You think I go to work and be like, hey, you got to do something with a full head of hair? No, they'd be like, shut the hell up, Frederick Douglass. You got to love the grays, man.
Okay, y'all, so about the girl with the facelift. I'm mad because the video I posted, I wasn't trying to post it. And it messed up my whole video. But anyways, would y'all get a facelift at 24? I wouldn't. I'm 34 and I don't need a facelift. But we listening to her, but we not judging. People talking about, no, we judging. Hey, that's what she wanted to do. But are y'all talking about the girl with the facelift? But hey, I learned that getting Botox, you're supposed to get Botox when you was young. I didn't start getting Botox until I was in my 30s. But I say it's okay to enhance some things from time to time. But a facelift, that was taking it too far. And I do agree for like certain people, you need to let your body just kind of like, you know how they be like, people at 18 shouldn't get BBLs and stuff like that. But some people do need to like grow into their grown woman body. Because you never know what you're going to get, you know? But we just being impatient or whatever. Y'all, it's this house. And I think they got a business running. It's like 10 cars.
Cause I eat, bitch. Yeah, my turn.
I just want to know what is possessing y'all to get out here at 24 years old and get facelifts. Did you have a car crash? Were you in some type of burn victim or anything of that nature to warrant these type of invasive surgeries? Because that is super invasive. I mean, I just can't imagine, like, I'm 30 something years old. I cannot imagine me going right now to get a facelift. Like, it's wild. This girl is 24 years old and she got a facelift practically just because, and that's right after she got her what do you call it? She got a bone shaving. And it's like, bro, like, y'all are way too young to be getting these invasive surgeries, and these doctors really need to like stop trying to capitalize and get money off these people who really don't even need it. Like, love yourself for who you are. It's like, literally, unless something has happened to where your face has been disfigured, there is no need at 24 years old that you're getting a facelift. People normally are like 55 plus getting those type of surgeries.